Landing a $20,000, $50,000, or even $83,000 client doesn't come down to luck. In fact, I've done it multiple times and I've got it down to a science. In this video, I'm going to show you how any freelancer can do the same. But first, I want to clarify that I do not land high-ticket clients by pitching $83,000 projects. I do it by selling retainer services. In other words, I turn my services into a subscription. Here's what this looks like in real life. This is an invoice list for one client. They paid me $2,500 a month for 21 months, and then their business needs changed and they reduced to $900 a month for 34 months. And if you do the math, that totals to over $83,000. And that is why the first pillar of the $83,000 client strategy is subscription scale, projects fail. I ran on the project hamster wheel for the first couple of years of freelancing and it was utterly exhausting. Once I locked in a couple of good retainers, it changed everything. So whatever your skill is, think about how you can package it into an offer that your clients need every month, not just a one-off project, an ongoing solution that they can depend on. Social media management, copywriting, ad management, virtual assistant services, email marketing, customer service. These are all things businesses need month in and month out, and they are just the tip of the iceberg. And I encourage you to think about what kind of subscription service you can offer that costs $1,000 a month or more so that you aren't spreading yourself too thin with too many clients. If you're thinking that no one will pay you that much for your services, you need to raise the bar on the caliber of client that you're going after. You also need to leverage the second pillar in this strategy, which is to follow the demand. Stop trying to convince clients that they should want something and instead give them something that they already want and need. What do clients in your niche know they need in order to be successful? What is a non-negotiable? Figure it out and position yourself as an expert in that. For example, in my niche, my clients need ongoing social media support. And I actually found this out because I started out writing blog articles and all of them told me that they needed help with social media. I was able to pivot and follow the demand. I do have a word of caution on this though. Keep in mind that we are in a rapidly evolving digital landscape. So you shouldn't necessarily build your business around a trend just because everyone's talking about it. TikTok is a great example of this. All of my clients have been talking about TikTok, but at the same time, I've also seen TikTok agency owners and freelancers really struggling in the uncertain legal landscape here in the US. Because when marketing budgets get tight, the first thing to go is the riskiest part of the strategy. Moral of the story is to build your core offer around things that are here to stay. The third pillar is that clear beats clever. This is an old copywriting saying, but it's not just true for ads and big marketing campaigns. It also applies to how you present yourself as a freelancer every single day. It applies on your website, on LinkedIn, your portfolio, your pitches, how you introduce yourself to others. And the rule is simple. Say exactly who you help, how you help them, and the result that you get for them. I know it's really easy to feel like you need to be really clever or you need to go really broad with your messaging, but that is only going to cause confusion. So instead of saying something vague like I help businesses grow, or trying to be clever and saying something like I turn clicks into gold, get straight to it. A good example would be I help online coaches turn followers into paying clients with clear and consistent email marketing. When the right client reads that, their reaction is, "This is exactly who I need." And that clarity should come the instant someone lands on your website or your LinkedIn profile or wherever you're showing up. Pillar 4 is serve, don't sell. If you have an in-demand subscription service and really clear messaging, it will not be long before you start booking discovery calls. But sadly, this is where most freelancers drop the ball. They treat them like job interviews and get really nervous. I know I did. The purpose of a discovery call isn't to sell or prove yourself. It's literally in the name, discovery. Your job on a discovery call is to ask about their goals and listen, and if it seems like a good fit, say, hey, I have a service to help with that. There's no pressure for you or for them. Pitching your services on discovery calls is a bit of an art form, but it's one that anyone can learn and that every freelancer must master. Think about it. If you can't confidently pitch your services, how are you going to land any clients, let alone a $50,000 or $80,000 one? The good news is that pitching isn't about being slick or pushy. It's about following a proven framework that makes clients feel like, yes, this is the person who can solve my problem. That framework is exactly what I share in this video. Learn this process and discovery calls won't just stop feeling scary, they will start turning into signed clients. Because that's the real goal, not just surviving the call, but walking away with a client that's ready to pay you.